Well, I thought I'd do another update on the siding. Starting to make some progress. I think hardly had any of the actual siding, I guess we'll say, on it last time I did a video, but I've got this front basically completely done. I've got, I'll walk around here in a second, but I've got these sides at least 50% done. The bottom half's the easy part, you know, but I've got over half the bottom, and I just need to get some scaffolding up there. I'll probably end up setting some scaffolding in that corner and then working the ends with ladders, something like that. You know, the problem I have with the scaffolding is you get in an area like this, you can't roll it. So you build it, and I'm gonna try to drag it around, but it's just, yeah, it's probably not gonna drag real easy. It's kind of heavy. So it comes down to, is it worth building it back and forth, trying to drag it versus just using an extension ladder? But I think if I get it set up in that corner, that'll at least help me in those areas and work with those downspouts and everything, and then maybe just try to work the ends with the extension ladder. But anyway, that's why it's only halfway done on the bottoms. I just got as far as I reasonably could with the step ladder, and then come back out another day and do that. But anyway, it's looking pretty good. Pretty happy with it so far. It's been pretty good weather the past month and a half. I think last time I did a video was the beginning of January. It's mid-February now, but like I said, locked out with the weather a good bit for this time of year. I was able to make some progress on it because, you know, you can't work on it in 10 degrees. Normally I try to wait till it's about 40, 45, something like that, because not only is it your fingers froze up trying to nail nails, you also don't want the siding shrunk real small, you know, when it gets cold like that. Then whenever summer hits and it's the other end of the extreme and it expands out, so you really want to try to catch it at least 45 is what I'm kind of doing. But we've had some even 70-degree days here in February, so anyway, like I said, it's coming together pretty good. I'm liking it and learning a good bit about it as I go. This side, haven't even started yet, other than the starter strip is done, but waiting to get my electric pulled in here, make sure all that's good to go before I mess with it. Plus I've had plenty of other stuff to work on. Take you around the other side and show you what I got going on. So this side, I'm planning on taking off work Tuesday. It's supposed to be decent again. And I'm gonna finish up the top. I'm gonna get the scaffolding out here for it for sure. I've got to put another light above the door there, and you know, all the top J channel and all that stuff. So it'll be worth it. I'll probably just set the scaffolding right in the dead center and use a ladder on the ends, something like that. But I'm out here working today on this back side. It's actually coming around pretty decent. This has been probably the most concerning side for me from day one, or really even before the build, because I thought I was gonna be working off this. Like, I didn't even expect to have this much dirt to work off of, because this was never here before. You know, this is all fill. They backfilled up against that wall, and that's actually been real nice to give me something to put a ladder off of, and eventually the scaffolding. But all this so far I've done by myself with just a ladder. But I'm getting, it's taller than it looks really, but it's getting to be quite high for extension ladder. Again, I'm going to be probably setting the scaffolding up somehow or another. Maybe able to try to drag it a little bit, put some OSB down through there, and yeah, scoot it back and forth possibly. But anyway, I think for as much time as I've had in it and doing it by myself with just a ladder, it's actually came together pretty good. We got this door kind of finished up a little bit ago, up above there. It's just a lot of little detail work to do as you go. Like even just setting one of that, it probably takes 20 minutes to get all that fitted out and cut and exactly how you want it, and take your time, try to get the look right. You know, you got to space something like this. You don't want it sticking up right here where water can go back in behind it. You want to try to put it on a flat spot, so you got to get all that adjusted just right. And it's just one of many receptacle boxes I'm putting in. Plus, like I said, there'll be a light there. I think I'm gonna put another light over here. There's a light on the front. I've got a receptacle box there. Again, all the corner pieces and around the doors, it just takes time. But on this backside, once I kind of got going with it, it's just a lot of full-size 12-foot sheets. But it's pretty high up there. I'm gonna say that's to the peak. Let's see, 12, 18, probably 23 feet to the top of that peak, something like that, which is pretty high up there, trying to work off a ladder. That's why I'm gonna try to get the scaffolding out there. Kind of picking away at these boxes, hoping to get rid of a bunch. I can get my truck in here soon and actually change the oil, and it's going to be kind of I guess you could say, exciting to actually use the garage for what I'm what all this is for, work on stuff. But move all that stuff out the way. Like I said, his boxes are heavy. You can barely slide them by yourself when they're full, so it's nice kind of getting some of them used up. But picked up some insulation there. It's about half of what I'm going to need for the walls. I was at Lowe's and just had an empty truckload, so I picked some up, kind of getting ready to do that. I'll show you over here. I think I'm going to start on this corner just because it's pretty simple. You know, I've got to start putting my receptacles in, pull the wire there. I'll pull it up to the top, run it over, down my breaker box. And once I get the wiring in there, I should be able to go ahead and start setting some insulation in it. Picked up a pneumatic staple gun. I think it'll be worthwhile trying to use that instead of that little manual hand one. But anyway, I'll work on this corner and just, you know, take it one step at a time. And then after that, it'll be drywall. And once the drywall's done, ceiling, you know, just, again, kind of picking away at it as it makes sense. Like, what I mean by that, I guess, is when I got nice weather outside, I'm working on the siding. If it's decently warm but raining, I can work on the inside. If it's freezing, then can't really work anywhere unless I fire up that heater, and yeah, just kind of not worth it depending on how cold it is. But one thing I'm trying to kind of figure out is these gutter downspouts. I'm not sure what most people do. I think people just normally take that strap around here and just screw it right into the siding right through there. But if you think about it, the siding moves, you know, it floats as things, you know, as it gets hotter and colder. And with that screw in there, it just kind of locks it. It really doesn't make sense considering all the rest of it's designed to move. So what I'm planning on doing is drilling a hole right behind the downspout, probably about a ½ inch. And I've got a piece of aluminum tube that's got a pretty small ID and a pretty decent size OD, and put a stainless screw through there. I'm gonna cut like 1 inch off that pipe, I guess we'll call it pipe, and put it there as like a spacer. That way that strap can butt against it, and the hole around it will be even a little bit bigger than that. That way the siding can scoot around on it. And again, I don't know what people normally do, but it seems to that would make the most sense to me. That way nothing's really screwed up tight against that siding. Trying to think anything else to mention. That's probably about it. Like I said, I'm really surprised how far I've made it by mid-February. Not to toot my own horn, but just mainly around how much decent weather we've had and how the stars have kind of lined up to be able to work on it. So anyway, I'm probably about halfway done with it, I'd say, maybe a little farther. But again, the top half is going to be a lot more difficult just from moving stuff, constantly trying to get up there. But then again, I've got all the trim done basically, so that was a huge piece of it, all the starter strip and corner pieces and everything around the doors and all that. So yeah, again, probably about halfway done by mid-February. It's pretty good. Like I said, I was kind of thinking I'd get started in March, really, you know, just thinking that's when I'd start getting some decent weather on it. But anyway, I'll probably do another update when I'm finished with it, probably, because there's not much more to say than that, but just wanted to kind of do a mid-project update on it.